All right, we were back. I'm Wayne and with Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah,
We're
welcome.
back. Hey, finally,
Finally,
we made it work to get our top 10.
that's right.
So here we are.
Yeah, top 10 for 2025.
For 2025.
Yeah.
Now,
so-
one of the things with the top 10 here, as we go through this and look at all the rides that are coming
Yeah.
in, there's a bunch of them out there. But there are a few that you don't always have all the details right away.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
but we're going to mention them here. And as soon as we get all the flyers and stuff made up, as soon as we've been passing a bunch of them
Yeah.
around. I know
Yeah.
you guys have.
Yeah, there's been a
There's
lot.
been a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of that's going
So,
around, right, Wayne? We
oh
have
my goodness,
a
it's
lot-
awesome.
save the dates. I think you see a lot of save the dates, and
Yeah.
that's why they do what they do. And I think that's important. I think you need to do that. But the ones we want to mention, is some of our favorites. But we are actually at a pretty cool location right now
Yeah.
too. So this is pretty cool. We're here, known as 16 Acres Farms. They've been big supporters of what we've been doing, Wayne, for the last couple of years, and we just want to give them some props and some love because if you're a biker looking to hold like a bike event, this is your prime location. Really, it's beautiful out here. You got a creek flowing through, plenty of ground to be able just to go ahead and just have fun. You can smell a little bit of the farm, which I know that's where you're from too. You like a little bit of that farm smell too. That Lancaster smell.
Little bit of horse manure doesn't hurt.
That's true. That's true. Well, listen, I'm ready to get this top 10 going. How about you?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Wayne, and I'll say this again, year in and year out, we are blessed in this community with just awesome, fellowship with, in this biker community. Everybody likes to hang out together, right? I mean, it's what it's all about.
Like the name of our first ride, Unity Ride.
Absolutely. So the
That's
top 10 right here is going to be
Yeah.
the Unity Ride. Yeah, top number 10 here is going to be the Unity Ride. That's going to be held on October 4th. And we're pretty excited about this. It's going to be the second annual. We've done other rides that to form the Unity Ride, but this is to honor Wayne Lapp, who is a longtime brother of ours that we just have gotten to know and love in this biker community. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he's with us in spirit. And what we wanted to do was to carry on his legacy by holding together this Unity Ride. It was a vision of his, Wayne, that a bunch of bikers, it doesn't matter what's on your back, but what's in your heart.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really important to, to continue to carry that light for Wayne. It's just an awesome way to be able to go ahead and show him that love and to do it together. And guess what? We ended up right here. We took the ride and ended up right here at the farm. So, I think we're going to make that happen again this year, Wayne.
In addition to that, he was one of our other top 10 rides. We'll mention the name later, but he was instrumental in putting that together.
Yeah. He just made a big impact in the biker community, and he stepped forward and wanted to help make a difference, and he did. So
big time.
To commemorate him, we're going to continue on with this Unity Ride in the year 2. So that is going to be number 10 for this year for 2025. So and the next one for number 9 is kind of a combo, Wayne.
Yeah,
you tell us a little bit about that number 9.
Yes, I can. This is the Biker Breakfast, and there's 2 different locations.
There's breakfast spread out. Lawn does a fantastic job. They help support the local lawn fire company, and then the First Sunday at Ephrata, which is in the Ephrata American Legion up there. They support the American Legion. But both of them just have a great heart, and they put a lot of work into it. You'll get to see maybe even Wayne and I kind of helping out with lawn from time to time this year, and you'll see us serving. So, and that's okay, right? We can work a little
We
bit.
can work a little
As long as
bit.
we ride there, we can work. I think that'll be okay.
Another thing with these biker breakfasts, it's like a bike show.
It is. Oh my
You know?
gosh,
And,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's all kinds of different bikes.
They're spread out
there's
pretty
people
good.
from every walk of life
Yeah.
in there, and it's great.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of cars come in too. You know, and they
True.
park and they just come to check out the bikes and,
Yeah.
and hang out and get some breakfast.
Yeah,
So-
very true, very true. So everything's really good. So yeah, number 9 is going to be both of those biker breakfasts for Lawn and for Sunday in Ephrata. So Wayne, what do we got at number 8?
A-Bait Ride to Thrive, and that's July 26th this year.
Very good.
So
one. Yeah, and Ride to Thrive is going to be a big feature of that, and that's a
exactly
very
right.
big deal. So even just you don't have to be like a member of any kind of club or association. Just come out, support, ride with them. You know,
Yeah.
they welcome everybody, right?
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Now,
So now
yeah.
we have one coming up that's not too far off, April 27th.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Honor Bound, I tell you what, Honor Bound Biker Blessing is coming around the corner, and that's very true, Wayne. They put together one of the best biker blessings in the area, and you're going to hear biker blessings quite a bit. The Honor Bound Biker Blessing that's going to be held over in Kennett Square, they do a great job of just every year coming up with something new. They fill the parking lot up. I think this year they're going to implement baptism. So I'm pretty excited about
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah, so
That's real
and they put just together a great worship service as well. You're welcome to go into church and hang out with them, but they do a phenomenal job. Again, it's going to
Good
be on
food too.
Oh, the food's fantastic. Yeah, you get in line. I mean, it's
Great
biker
food.
food, but it's good. It's really good. But that is going to be on April 27th on Sunday, and we're pretty excited about that one. Right around the corner, just a couple weeks from today, actually.
Yeah,
so
that's not far off.
so what do we got at number 6 there, Wayne?
We have the GG's Ride again, and this benefits Down syndrome children, and they are a large organization, but we will meet at the one in Lancaster, right off 272. That's going to be in August, and we are still working on some details there. Now, last year we did the bike show, and food was included with that also. Raffle tickets, all of that, raffle gifts, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that again.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in August.
Yeah, pretty excited to know that there's still all these events that we put together. There's always a cause behind it.
Yes.
And that's always a really, really good thing. We can get together, and no matter how, whether it's a ride to get there or a riding event or a ride when you're going out there just to try to raise money, there's always a cause behind it. Be aware of that when you see a group of bikers getting together, right, Wayne?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because they're usually riding for a cause of some kind.
Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah.
cause, here it takes us to number 5. No one gets left behind the River Run. That's going to be
River
on
Run,
May 10th. So they are ranked 5 in our top 10 this year because they put a great ride together. It's a great fellowship.
That's not far off.
No, it's right around next month.
Yeah,
So we're pretty
yeah.
excited about that. No One Gets Left Behind is a foundation, an organization that is developed over in York, and they do a phenomenal job of just putting this particular ride together. This is a few years now that they've been doing this, and they are going to be putting a ride together right up and down the Susquehanna River. So I think, and that's beautiful area over there.
Beautiful area. And last year I lucked out, man. I won like 3 of the raffle
And
prizes.
you did.
It's pretty cool.
You did, and I had to carry it on my bike for him. And so, but it's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
really.
Yeah, they put together a really good event. So May 10th is going to
Yeah.
be that No One Gets Left Behind, the River Run. So what do we got at number 4 there, brother?
We have the midnight breakfast run. We started doing this a couple of years ago.
So
and
awesome.
it is so much fun.
It is.
And we keep having people asking, "Oh, are you going to do more than one this year?" No, we're not going to put more than one together. But if you want to do your own and let us know, go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Now, what we do with the midnight breakfast run, because it's at midnight, we typically wait until closer to the time. We're going to be shooting for the end of June, maybe beginning of July, somewhere in there. And we'll either pick a Friday or a Saturday evening, and we meet at the Rudders in Leola. Now, most of us meet there, but last year you guys joined us on the way there, so then there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to come, if you're out towards York or something, because we leave from Rudders and we go out to York,
Yeah.
around the clock diner, and at midnight we leave Rudders at 11:30 p.m. and go out. So we wait to put that out. We kind of watch the 10-day
Yeah.
forecast, and then we pick a time when
You have to
what
watch
looks
the
good,
weather.
because. But I don't really want to put people at risk riding in the rain at
midnight.
you know.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a clear evening. So
Quick little thing about that. I tell you what, when we got to join him last year, and he was right, they all left Lancaster and they were going to York. Now, my wife and I, we live in Wrightsville, and we were right there at the Wrightsville exit, and we're looking over our shoulder and we're waiting for these guys to go by. and we can spot them a mile away because you see a group of bikers with all the lights and crazy lights on those bikes coming across that bridge. And I tell you, I was like, oh, we got to get on the horse here because we're getting ready to go. And I tell you what, to catch up to them and just be included in that ride, you guys, it's awesome.
That was awesome.
Even though it's going to be last minute, look for it because you don't want to miss this. It's a really fun, that midnight ride. So I'm
much
looking forward to that. Yeah. So we go into number 3 here.
Yeah,
and,
this is a good one.
Pretty excited about this. So it's not really a ride, but it's a riding event. So come out and join us. It's going to be right here at the farm. So 16 Acres is opening the doors for us to be able to hold the first ever Pennsylvania All-State biker blessing, and we wanted to welcome everybody. So again, as I shared earlier, you have some biker blessings that are church affiliated or directed more towards an organization, a Christian organization. This one right here, we just want to give it back to the biker community. We want to give it back to the state. We want to bless everybody and anybody that just wants to be blessed, and to have that little angel on your shoulder as you're going through your year in 2025 riding that motorcycle. And we felt we wanted to bless people and to be able to do that. And we were asking around where would be a good place, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, we could just do it right here. That's the whole purpose of why we want to use this facility. So we're going to have it here at 16 Acres Farm, and you'll be able to see all the information. There's a flyer out there right now. It's going to be on May 4th. It is a Sunday. We're going to do it on a Sunday afternoon. So you churchgoers, you want to go to church, and then hop on 2 wheels, meet us on over here. There's going to be food. We're going to have food going over here, food trucks. We've got vendors all lined up. We're also going to a band. We're going to have a live band over here on the stage over here. We're also going to do something very special for our vets. We want to honor them. There's a lot of other opportunities that the vets, get recognized, but we want to be able to go ahead and say, give a special salute to our vets because they deserve it. They have spent a lifetime of just, being able just to give back to their country, even when they're not like overseas or serving. They're still serving in their hearts, even when they are not physically. And we know that and we recognize that. So we just want to honor everybody, all our vets, so that way we can go ahead and just say thank you. So that's going to be an opportunity to be able to do that and bless all the bikers that come on out. So that way we are set for 2025 and have that little angel on your shoulder, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So, but that's number 3, May 4th. It's on a Sunday here at 16 Acres Farm. So that brings us to number 2, Wayne. What do we got?
Yeah, Brandon Hardy ride.
Yeah.
Now, this is the one that Wayne helped put together.
Yeah.
He was instrumental in getting this started.
Yeah. Talk about saluting our soldiers and stuff.
That's exactly right. Because that's what this is. Brandon Hardy was a Marine that didn't make it home. Didn't make it back home.
Paid the ultimate price.
He paid the ultimate price. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But this ride it's fully escorted, and it's a great ride. We've done it a number of times. Now this leaves from Gap and ends up down at Hers potato chip plant, and then go back to Gap and great barbecue chicken. Oh yeah.
You're thinking about food again, huh?
You smell that? Oh, that's awesome. But that is July 19th.
Yeah, that's a Saturday.
That's a Saturday.
Wide open day.
And again, we will put all of these flyers out there, with the times and everything. Kickstands up and all of that stuff. That'll all be out there. But
might want to bring a hanky for that one because you'll probably see some soldiers along the route as saluting, and paying their respects. And I tell you what, man, it's a tearjerker. It really is.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah, it'll make your eyes sweat.
Yeah. But we're doing this, and we're doing this together. Again, that's a form of what Wayne was a representative of. Unity,
exactly right.
Unity
and bringing people together.
Absolutely,
like
absolutely.
And now, what do we got here?
Well, that's number 1.
Number 1.
Well, so there's some news that goes with that. Okay, but number 1 is going to be this year's toy ride. Pretty excited about this. It's going to be very similar to some of the previous toy rides that we had, but we are adding a few things. But Loctite Racing has done a phenomenal job of putting this toy ride for so many years, 20-some years, 27 years.
It's a long time.
It's really, really awesome. And it just how it takes shape year in and year out, This particular year, we were asked and we were approached and wanted to know if this is something that we would like to continue on and just to continue just to keep supporting. And Wayne and I, it was a no-brainer for us because we are big fans of the toy ride, and the cause is awesome, Wayne. What don't you think?
Exactly right. We focus a little bit more on the older children.
Yeah, very true.
The older ages.
Yeah.
Younger children, when you see those boxes and stuff, that's usually what that's focused towards.
Yeah. When you see the boxes, it's more to the smaller children. You see that. Anybody who's seen Toys for Tots boxes, you see a lot of the younger toys. But
the toy ride, it's for the older children.
Yeah, and it goes.
And they want gifts too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we want to help everybody because anybody who's less fortunate don't deserve to have a bad Christmas. So if we can
exactly
put the
right.
toy ride together to be able to help that. We want to be supportive of that. But
Listen, we get a lot of rides, like we mentioned earlier. We're getting a lot. Keep them coming,
yeah,
because
yeah,
we're going to continue to promote no matter what.
yeah,
We continue to promote the
yeah,
rides, so keep them coming. But yeah,
yeah,
we do have a couple of honorable
yeah,
mentions here.
yeah,
Warrior Bike Night, which is April 25th,
yeah, yeah,
next week.
yeah. I hope it's
So
not the only one
that,
because the Warriors always do
yeah,
a
they
really
always
good
do
bike
good.
night.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. So we have the Warrior Bike Night. That's going to be on April 25th. But
Yeah,
and the address
next
is on the
week.
flyer, right?
Next week, everything's on there.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
the Warriors do a great job. If you've been to any of the Warrior Bike Nights, they used to have some over at Whackers. They do a
Mhm.
phenomenal job. But this one's going to be up further north, and you'll get a chance to see that. The address is on the flyer. They're also planning on having vendors and food and all kinds of good stuff there. So come out and support that. I think you guys will really
Right around
enjoy
the
that.
corner.
Yeah,
Next
it's
week.
it's going to be next week. So it's going to be a busy weekend that weekend actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if you play your cards right, you can do something every day between the Warrior Bike Night on Friday, the Crusaders on the 26th, and then on the 27th, don't forget to go to Honor Bound Biker Blessing. I mean, it's a swivel.
Like we need more to do, right? We had a hard time getting together just to
Yeah,
do this.
yeah,
But
for real, for real.
at any rate,
Yeah,
these are just some great events here.
Yeah.
So, but now there's another one that is just a lot of fun. So
you
go ahead.
The Wednesday night
No,
dinner
you're
ride,
telling me.
yeah. Like the Wednesday night dinner ride has been just a lot of fun, and Mama Bear and I
Oh,
have been
yeah.
putting this together. Now this is our 4th year, and we're getting ready to launch it here pretty soon at the end of April. Watch out for the flyers. We're pretty excited about all the different restaurants that want to partner up with us this year, and Wayne, you've gone to a few of them. You see
Oh
that,
yeah.
what started out used to be like 4 or 5 bikers just getting together has turned into like almost 30 some bikers coming together just to go for a nice ride for a dinner ride. The restaurants love it. Keep an eye out for that. So Wednesday night dinner rides coming up shortly. We're pretty excited about that.
You bet.
Yeah, any of those rides that you see that are out there that serve a really good cause, send them to Wayne. The PA Riding Club, they have a phenomenal Facebook page that just has tons of information, tons of rides. You can also send them to us. We piggyback off each other. We say this all the time.
We share
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
And that's what you guys can do. You can share.
Well, let's think about this. Right there's a unity ride.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm looking at our top 10 list,
Yeah.
and we have a unity ride,
Mhm.
and that's why we bounce off each other and
Yeah.
share off each other,
Absolutely.
because
Yep.
that's how we get the word out,
Yeah.
and we unite
Yeah.
and get it out there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And the numbers is important because especially if there's a cause behind it, and you're trying to raise a dollar amount, for whatever the cause is, the more people that show up, the more successful your cause is going to be, or your event's going to be for the cause, and that's what we want to do for each other. Now, can we make them all? No. I mean, is there
No.
5 events in one day? Sometimes there is.
Yeah.
There's been times I think Wayne and I have gone to 2 or 3 events in all that same day,
we have.
bouncing.
I think the most I've done was 3 in one day, and that's pushing it.
Yeah,
because
it's a busy day.
usually they're not 10 minutes apart.
Yeah,
they're like
true.
a half
That's
hour,
true.
45-minute ride
That's
from
true.
one to the next.
Yeah.
But we do the best we can to get
Yeah.
out and
Yeah.
support as many as we can.
And
So,
that's really important. Like Wayne said, it's all about that unity, and we want to continue to do that. And we're pretty excited about that, and that's why we want to share about other clubs and other riding clubs, and other organizations, foundations.
Right.
It's really cool to be able to support each other, and maybe for you to get to know a little bit about what each club is all about. And
Mhm.
that's it doesn't matter. Again, what we keep hearing. It's not what's in your back. It's, as Wayne Lapp always said, it's what's in your heart. And we want
Yeah.
to continue to carry that on, and we want to carry that on as well for Wayne and for the biker community. And I think we have an awesome opportunity here. We're stronger with our numbers, right?
We sure are.
Yeah, and that's what we want to
Sure
keep
are.
doing. So we want to do that. But anyway, Wayne, I think we've exhausted our list, and I think we have just a wonderful 2025 as I'm looking at this. What do you think?
It's going to be a good year.
Yeah.
It's and obviously we want to pray for good weather for every one of these.
Yeah. Safe
But,
rides.
You know,
Yep.
the biggest thing is safety.
Yeah.
And if it does look like it's just torrential downpours or washouts or something, it's tough to reschedule and
Yeah.
say, hey, wait a minute, let's push it back a week, because you don't know what the weather's going to be next week
Yeah.
anyway.
Right.
So we
right.
typically try to stay with the dates.
Yep.
And if it's a washout, well, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
There's not too much we can do about it.
Right. And there's other opportunities to be able to, to serve or be
That's
a part
right.
of, other events, that's not shy away from those opportunities. They're right there before you, and we'll try to
Exactly.
get that out as much as you can. but you guys can do the same thing to what we do for each other.
Share. Share,
Yeah,
share, share,
keep
share,
sharing.
share.
You know, that's the way to do it. Get the
Spread the
word out
word.
there. You know, and that's how we're going to make the difference and keep supporting
Yeah.
each other, right?
You bet.
Yeah,
You
so,
got
but
it.
anyways, I'm super stoked. Again, if you want to know more about 16 acres, it's really, really awesome. You can
Yeah.
actually probably message either one of us. You know, we can lead you to the right people that you know, if you ever want to rent the grounds. It's a beautiful location, you know, located just above Columbia. It's just gorgeous out here. You can hear the birds chirping. There's a fire going
yeah.
back over there, and a creek's running. It's just gorgeous grounds over here, right?
Sure
Yeah.
is.
So, but anyway, yeah. Let us know if that, you know, if hey, I want to hold my event there. Just reach out to us. You know, we can steer you to the right people for sure, right?
Should have brought my tent or my hammock. Be a nice day. Be a nice night for that.
It's gonna be a little chilly tonight, brother.
Here to have a good time.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
unite.
Absolutely. Well, guys, listen, that's it for now, and we'll catch you soon for another show. But just remember, okay, to keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down, right?
Exactly.
So this is
That's
Wayne
exactly
King. I'm
right.
Uncle Jimmy. We love you guys. Have a great one.